When she first told me, I thought she was joking. My girlfriend sat across from me at the cafe, nervously stirring her coffee, and then the words came, "I'm going on a 2-week self-discovery trip with my ex." My heart sank instantly. I wanted to believe I'd misheard her, but her serious expression said it all. She tried to soften it with lines like, "It's not what you think, I just need clarity in my life." But all I heard was betrayal. I asked why she needed her ex for such a personal journey. She said he had been a huge part of her past, that he knew her better than anyone else, and that this trip was about closure. It sounded rehearsed, like she crafted her defense before even speaking to me. My hands shook, not from anger yet, but from the realization that my relationship was no longer secure. The days that followed were tense. I didn't beg her to stay. I figured if she truly loved me, she wouldn't even consider going. Still, I couldn't stop wondering what her real intentions were. Every smile she gave felt forced. Every hug was weaker. Her phone seemed glued to her hand. I caught her laughing at messages late at night, and though she swore it wasn't him, my gut said otherwise. The morning she left, I stood by the door as she rolled her suitcase out. She kissed my cheek lightly like I was just a roommate and whispered, "I'll be back before you know it." Watching her go felt like watching the end of a chapter one wasn't ready to close. My chest felt heavy, but I refused to text or call during her trip. I told myself if she wanted me, she'd reach out. The first few days passed in silence. No good morning, no I miss you, not even a photo of where she was. Meanwhile, I tortured myself scrolling through social media. She wasn't posting, but her ex was. Hiking trails, sunsets, dinners, photos where she wasn't tagged. But I knew she was there. That silence between us screamed louder than any words could. A week into the trip, she finally texted. A short, cold message. "Hope you're doing okay." I stared at it for minutes before replying. "Yeah, hope you're finding what you're looking for." It felt like texting a stranger, not the woman I thought I'd spend my life with. The distance between us had become more than physical. It was emotional, spiritual, maybe permanent. Friends told me to wake up, to see the obvious. No one who loved me would need 2 weeks with an ex to figure out their future. Yet part of me clung to hope that she'd return with clarity and choose me. I hated that hope, but I couldn't turn it off. Love makes fools of the strongest people, and I was no exception. On the 12th day, I saw a photo I couldn't ignore. Her ex had posted a picture at the beach. She wasn't tagged, but her reflection was visible in his sunglasses. That was all I needed. My stomach twisted with the kind of pain only betrayal brings. I didn't confront her. I didn't message her. I started packing her things into boxes. When she finally walked through the door, suitcase in hand, she acted like nothing had happened. She hugged me as if she'd just come home from work and said, "You won't believe how much I've grown from this trip." I didn't hug her back. I simply pointed at the boxes in the corner. Her smile froze. For the first time, she looked uncertain. She tried to explain. It was spiritual. She just needed to find herself. But I couldn't hear it anymore. 2 weeks of silence, hidden photos, her obvious joy with him. Those were answers enough. I told her I hoped she had found what she was looking for, because what we had was finished. Her face fell. Tears welled up. She tried to grab my hand, begging me to reconsider, but I pulled away. I wasn't angry anymore, just done. Sometimes love doesn't die with a fight. Sometimes it dies with quiet acceptance. I had accepted long, before she even realized it, that she was no longer mine. She left that night crying and pleading, and I didn't chase her. I sat alone in the apartment, oddly relieved. The pain was sharp, but it was freeing. No more guessing, no more waiting, no more lies. She had made her choice. Now I was making mine. In the days that followed, I felt lighter. Friends visited with comfort. But I didn't need much. I had already survived the worst, watching her walk out the door with her suitcase. Now I was ready to heal, to rebuild, to rediscover myself. And this time, I wouldn't need an ex to guide me.